What's going on, y'all? So I'm just taking a walk right now, and I figured I'd just record a video. I know I haven't done it in some time. I had a lot of stuff mentally I needed to sort out, and I still do. I'm still doing a lot of sorting out mentally. And this YouTube stuff, I'm not doing it because, to be a YouTuber and stuff like that and to gain a following. Basically, I just want to put my messages out there and help whoever I can, even if it's only one or two people. That's all the purpose of this is, of my channel. I just want to help whoever I can. Could be one person, could be 1 million people. I don't care. So anyway, between my last video and right now, I just want to give you guys a little insight as to what's been going on and to where I'm at right now. All right, so let's take it back a little bit, okay? So I haven't had a steady job since December, okay? I was working at Walmart for a while, for about a year. I got fired, and I got fired 2 days before Christmas, actually. And the reason being for that is because I cursed out the management. And I did that because they treated us like shit for way too long. And it was just going on for too long. And it reached the point where I had enough and I cursed them out. And I'm not saying that was the right thing to do. But you know what I mean? Somebody's got to take a stand eventually at some point. And I definitely understand I could have handled it a little bit better, or a lot better for that matter. But that's what happened, okay? So after I got fired, I took a good look inside of myself and I said, all right, listen, I need to turn things around. I need to really just figure out something. I need to improve myself. So that's when I really embarked on this self-development journey. So in the wintertime, that's when I actually began learning about Forex and learning to invest and things like that. And I started reading a lot of books about just how to basically use my mind better, how to step out of my own way, pretty much, how to stop perceiving things so negatively and make room for more positive thoughts and actions in my life. And it's still very much a work in progress. It hasn't even been a year. And sometimes I need to remind myself that too, because I haven't even had clear-cut goals for my life until basically over the wintertime. I'm 27 years old right now. And I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And I fully still don't even know what I want to do with my life. But I do know that I want to trade Forex. I want to at least do that. And then once I can figure that out and at least start making nice chunks of change off of that, I can figure out where to put that money to then make other streams of income available to me. But that aside, all right, I had two jobs. I want to say between March and July, I had two different jobs, not at the same time, but I had two different jobs. I ended up quitting them both. The first one was because the boss really didn't like me, so I quit. The second one, I was having a mental breakdown at work, and I just couldn't do it. And I could have talked to the boss or something, and I didn't do that. I just walked out because I couldn't take it at the moment. So I want to say back in April, keep in mind, I had only been learning Forex for about 4 months at that point. But I was like just doing so much homework and research that I really felt like I knew what to do. And I attempted to earn a funded account. I had money set aside specifically for that. I blew it all. To make a long story short, I blew it all. Okay, so I want to say between April and up until just a few weeks ago, honestly, I was pretty much hammering myself. And allow me to explain that to you, all right? So I would wake up super early in the morning, every morning, okay? Every single morning. I would wake up sometimes at 2 in the morning. 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. And there's nothing exactly wrong with that. But the thing is, I would just wake up, go directly to my computer, and start looking at the charts and start placing trades and start doing things like that. And for the most part, I was losing every single trade I got involved in. It's not even funny. Like, I didn't even know losing to this magnitude was possible. And I was just losing so much. And as a result of that, I just kept being very hard on myself. I was very hard on myself. I would just sit in front of my computer. I don't even have like a chair, because my computer's on a small table that's like low to the ground, and I don't have a chair that's gonna like, that's that low to the ground, I guess. So I was just sitting cross-legged on the floor, okay? And I would be sitting cross-legged on the floor for hours upon hours upon hours, looking at these charts, placing trades, watching my trades lose and wondering to myself, why is it not winning? And then at that point, I was just like being incredibly hard on myself, talking down to myself. I wasn't eating properly. I'm somebody who likes to exercise a lot. I was barely getting exercise. Like, I wasn't doing nothing but just sitting in front of this computer, looking at charts and treating myself like shit. And I did that for months because I really figured, like, I really believed it was a combination of a few things. All right. I felt like I spent like enough time learning to where I could do it, because I know that people will suggest to you, or not suggest, or tell you, oh, you know, this stuff takes a long time. It takes a long time to learn. It takes a long time to learn. I definitely understand that, but I thought that since I had so much free time and since I was given so much time to learning how to trade, I really thought that I knew what I was doing. All right. So it was that, on top of me just having a very firm belief in myself that I could do it and earn my account within an X amount of time. I just went for it. Okay. And let me tell you this. I was jobless. I'm still jobless. But I was jobless. And I was basically depending on getting that account to take care of everything I needed to take care of. So being that I wasn't achieving this in the time frame that I had set for myself, it made me push even harder and be that much harder on myself, trying to make trades work and trying to make trades happen. And I was just basically doing everything you're not supposed to do. And I can completely admit that. So then it finally reached the point where I was honestly just thinking about dying. Like, my mind was telling me to die. That's how bad it was. That's how hard I was being on myself. I was not giving myself no room to breathe. I was not taking any breaks, nothing like that. And my mind became so warped after a while that I really just needed to drop everything I was doing. Like, I stopped. My brain physically did not even want to absorb information after a point. Like, I would put on a video and my head would hurt and I couldn't do it. And I could not do it. So then that just led me into a period of rest, which is kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I'm doing a lot better today than I was at that point in time, but like, I really felt hopeless and helpless, and I felt like it was just not happening. Like, I felt like I wanted to die. And I'm just being completely honest here. I felt like I wanted to die. I just felt like I wanted everything to be over. Like, I couldn't deal with it no more. Everything was stressing me out. I could not be a present father. I couldn't. Interacting with my kids nearly became impossible. I'm still struggling with interacting with my kids, just because sometimes I wake up and I don't feel my best, and just being around my kids becomes difficult. You know what I mean? Especially since they're both so young still. My daughters are 2 and 1 years old, and my 1-year-old cries so much that it just, you know, where I'm at mentally, the crying just like, it's not good for me, long story short. Like, it just makes me feel like there's this overwhelming negative presence inside of me that just wants to kill everything. when she starts her crying sometimes, you know what I mean? And so I've been really just making an effort to rest. And it's been happening for weeks now. That's been going on for weeks. Like, I've just been getting as much rest as I possibly can. I've been getting outside, getting as much sun and fresh air as I possibly can. I have not been consuming a lot of content. I have not been, just I have not been absorbing a lot of information. I've just been taking this one day at a time and taking it easy on myself. And, some days are still a lot harder than others. Like, I physically got burnt out, and I never experienced that before. But it just came to a point where my mind, my brain just didn't even want to function and work anymore. And it became very difficult for me. Very difficult. So right now, today, I'm just, still just gathering myself. I'm searching for a job and things like that. And I'm just taking my time with this Forex stuff now, because this is not something you just do and overnight, basically. And I understand that now. And what I want y'all all to understand is that sometimes you just need to take it easy on yourself and give yourself the time to, relax, heal, and just not be too hard on yourself and not push yourself too much. Because even if you work a job, you work an 8-hour shift and they give you breaks, you know what I mean? If you're not giving yourself a break, it's just a recipe for disaster. And burnout is not something fun that you want to experience, okay? You really just want to, there's nothing wrong with pursuing your goals, but you need to understand when you need time for you as well. And when you need a break and you need rest. Because yes, you may want something, you may want it now, you may want it today, but things take time, and that's just what it is. Anything worth having takes time, and you really need to understand that. And if you start putting time limits on yourself, you're only going to push yourself way too hard. It's not healthy. It's not going to be healthy for you. You know what I mean? You need to just get outside sometimes, drink your water, exercise if possible. You know what I mean? And you just gotta take it easy. You gotta take it easy. Pursue your goals. Definitely pursue your goals, yes. But understand your limits as well. We all have them. We all have them, okay? It's not about working so hard that you can't even function anymore. One thing at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. And whatever you may be pursuing, if it's really something you want, don't give up on it. But give yourself the time. Give your mind time to adjust. Give your brain time to adjust. Get your rest. Take care of yourself, please. Especially with the state of the world right now, please. Just take care of yourself, okay? If you don't do anything else, just take care of yourself.